So first things first, housekeeping. TNA Wrestling 2014, Saving TNA, whatever you want to call it, is cancelled for the foreseeable future. It will return as a brand new series when TW 2020 comes out. The reason for this is it was a great series. I was absolutely loving everything with it. But when I went back into it early today, I realised how much crap everything was compared to all the other shit I was doing with WWF and Ring of Honor right now. The storylines weren't the best. The company wasn't the best. And a lot of wrestlers like The Rock and stuff, it just didn't feel right when I went into there. So, welcome along. This is WWF 1993. We are nearly in 1994. I can start saying 1994 soon. It should be a lot easier for me because that's what I thought I was doing. As you can see, you've had 10 episodes of this so far. 11. This is 11th episode. You will get today. Today you get one, tomorrow you get one, and then Friday you'll get one. So you'll get Royal Rumble by the end of the week. You also get a Ring of Honor episode. I might be doing 2 Ring of Honor episodes this week. I don't know yet. This is quite easy to book. So is Ring of Honor. So this is why these are staying around, just because I can throw a few of these out every day or so. And I enjoy booking these. And I feel the storylines are better, and I think this series has got a lot more intrigue for people than the TNA series because everybody's in flipping rehab. Quite literally, half of the roster's in rehab. We're 24 hours removed from Survivor Series. Hopefully you saw that episode last week. And really and truly, we're starting new storylines, and it all begins on Superstars. I was really happy with the challenge I set myself with doing storylines for Superstars with the 4-week build for them. A brilliant payoff, I think. Those storylines were shit compared to the main roster storylines because they didn't have as much build, but they gave a reason for certain time matches and stuff. And because of the success of them, we're now up in the ante and giving a spot to Jerry Lawler, the Undertaker. There's going to be 2 major name storylines, 1 major tag team storyline, 1 major name storyline, the women's title, and then a kind of mid-card. Let's build up the roster, which I don't think I've done. I'm missing a storyline tonight. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I forgot to book a certain angle, and that will begin next week on Superstars. But that will be the Juice of Underliger storyline. But yeah, that's fine. So this past Sunday Night Live, we lost our match, and if you missed it, you can catch the replay live on pay-per-view after this episode of Superstars, which is Saturday nights. I sat back in watching the match, and the idiot The Undertaker thinks he's so cool that he beat Earthquake. Well done. You're not going to be Star, I'm the King, Jerry Lawler. And when this arena is plunging into darkness, and when they come on, the Undertaker and Paul are in the ring, and Paul's got a mic, he's like, oh dear, Mr. Jerry, you seem to have picked on the wrong guy. Oh no, you should not mess around with. This is a power you don't want to play with, and tonight, join Jim and stood on commentary when he's in action and see what he is made of. Oh yes. You're now his new target. Yes. 66C plus from them guys. Not bad way to open up Superstars. This is a bloody good match, actually. In about decent match in the middle of the retreat, Tiger Mask 3 defeat Dave Finlay in 606 by pinfall the Moonsault. Dave Finlay 50, Tiger Mask 3 53. Performance 61C. Nice little match. In a extremely short match, Bull Nakuni defeated Cheryl Rossa in 4:52 by from the guillotine leg drop. Bull Nakuni makes defense number 4 for women's title. Cheryl Rossa got a 30, Bull Nakuni 50. Cheryl Rossa in performance of 45D. Then Alondra Blaze comes out with a mic on the ramp. She's like, okay, so you beat Velvet, but you need a new challenger. Here I am, the new challenger. You see, the WWF has started this new and improved women's division, and now we need women. We need a woman who can support it. Since you've been champion, you've cheated and lied, and right now they need a champion they can believe in. Me, Alondra Blaze. And the fans are like, yay, woo! And Bull Nakuni is just stood in the ring looking really pissed. And then the camera's cut to backstage, and we've got Gene Oakley, and he goes, welcome back to Superstars. Join me now live. It is the Steiner brothers. And Scott Steiner's like, thanks, Gene. Look around and you'll see that we've had issues with a certain team for weeks now, and we're sending them a challenge. And Rick's like, Harlem Heat, you think you're better than us because you beat us? Well, come and bring it next week. Right here on Superstars, and we'll show you who the best tag team is right now. Scott Steiner clearly enjoyed having the freedom to go off script and perform well. So did Rick Steiner. That's awesome. No work improvements, a 54C-. Beautiful. In a decent match, Brian Pillman defeated IRS in 7:13 by people of the air. Pillman, IRS 77, Brian Pillman 72, no work improvement, 70C+. And then above a decent wrestling with a cheat, Kenta Kobashi defeated Papa Shango in 6:55 by pinfall the Brainbuster. Papa Shango 48, Kenta Kobashi 51, 51D plus. And your main event of the night, we'll get to see The Undertaker in action against Truly Blanchard. So the idea behind this, if you want any idea, is Vince McMahon is sat there now, and you've got WCW Saturday Night, you've got WCW Monday Nitro. Every week he's been outbeaten by WCW with better shows and ratings. So he's gone, right, we need to put storylines on Superstars. Then we need to put bigger, and that's worked. So, okay, we need to put bigger names on Superstars in those storylines to get more people to watch. So, oh yeah, I forgot to book something. So that is kind of the idea I'm going with, is like Vince is now in panic stations heading into next year's WrestleMania. He's like, shh, we're now in, for Vince McMahon and the company, they'll probably be planning. So that's next week on Superstars, Harlem Heat versus Steiners. So that, we're in action stations now. We're basically going, right, hold on a minute. We're 3 months out from Royal Rumble. We're only 6 months away. So we're only half a year away from WrestleMania. That'll be happening next week, guys, if you want to know. So you've got to think right now, the WWF are already planning what's going to happen at Royal Rumble, what's going to happen at WrestleMania. We are going to be doing one more extra pay-per-view at the end of this year. It's going to happen on New Year's Eve. It'll be the New Year's Eve special on Live on USA. I ain't set that up yet, so that's not even going to be in the program yet. I've only just thought of that idea, but it's going to happen. But I guess 72B minus. But yeah, the idea is he's panicking. He's at panic stations. All of these big names are in rehab. Ted DiBiase, Shawn Michaels, all these people he's putting the company behind are in rehab. He's just thrown the belt on a random guy called Stone Cold Steve Austin, who was known as the Ringmaster. Is he ready for the main event scene? This is an alternate universe where stuff is going wrong for me as a booker, but I'm enjoying it, and I've got, and this is what people don't realise, is you might not know certain backstories of what's going through my mind, but I'm thinking as Vince McMahon, I'm thinking as the company, what would we do now? We're at panic stations, and that is literally what happened. I went, I need to put storylines on Superstars, see if I can get people to watch Superstars, and which has helped. The ratings have gone up for Superstars each week. So I'm going to throw The Undertaker on, I'm going to throw Jerry Lawler, I'm going to throw Truly Blanchard on, I'm going to throw as many big names on as I can. I'm now pushing Randy Savage. I'll admit this now, Randy Savage is going to be in the big storyline with Vader. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I'll put Sergeant Slaughter going up against Stone Cold Steve Austin. You have to watch Raw for that one, but yeah, I think that's what's going on at the moment. 72 minus. And in about a great hit and decent wrestling, Undertaker defeated Truly Blanchard in 17:49 by pinfall. The Undertaker's visibly tiring towards the end. Truly Blanchard 62, Undertaker 67. No work improvements to 67C plus. I really don't think the Undertaker does 67C pluses. And end the show there. 67C plus increased the popularity in the show. See, that's one of the best ratings we've had for Superstars in weeks since doing these storylines. So more people are going to watch it because it's got a better rating. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you for a very new and hopefully no rehab issues storyline Monday Night Raw in a few ticks. Stick around. It's going to be a roller coaster. Hello and welcome to this show, London Night Raw. Oh, I'm having all sorts of issues. Right, so we've got Stone Cold Steve Austin, Bret Hart, Dave Boy, Arn, Sergeant, Sting, Yokozuna, and Randy Savage in opening package. Stone Cold Steve Austin comes out to the ring. Sergeant was superb, good. So Con goes, last night I whipped the ass of Bret Hart and won my match to become the WWF World Heavyweight Champion. You see, this means I'm the biggest thing in WWF alongside the man they call Vader. You like Vader? Like Vader, I promised you I'd win, and like him I did. You see, your hero's no longer got a chance to face me. Bret Hart is gone, and now it's my time. And when this Sergeant Slaughter's music plays into the arena, and he makes his way down to the ring, and he gets in, and he's got his hat on and his whistle, and he's like, well done, son, for winning that title. But you know what makes you think you should be champion? All you've done since you come to WWF is moan and moan. You're not champion material. But if Steve Austin just stuns him out of his boots and just then basically goes, Stone Cold 316 just says, I whipped your ass. And he just jumps out the ring. 79B opening angle. And as promised, sons. So, anyone who's panicking, thinking I'm going to do a WWE with Goldberg and Bray Wyatt, no, I am not. This is a passing of the torch storyline. Sergeant Slaughter is not getting his hands on the title. It is a way of building up and promoting Steve Austin as one of the future stars. Oh, that's the plan. In a good match, Stan Hansen defeated Crush in 7:54 by pinfall. Pinfall the Lariat. Crush 57, Stan Hansen 77, 74B minus. In a decent match, the Rock and Roll Express defeated Nadine and Owen Hart in 8-11. Ricky Morton defeated Owen Hart both on the double drop kick. Owen Hart 57, Jim Nadine Hart 57, Robert Gibson 57, Ricky Morton 54, Jim Nadine Hart in performance 60C. And then Gene's like, welcome back to Monday Night Raw Live. Joining me now, Mr. Fujin Yokozuna. And he's like, Mr. Fuji's like, look here, my Yokozuna lost his title last night at Survivor Series. It's not fair the WWF don't give rematches now. You must earn a shot back at the title. Fine. He's going after the legend. That man is Jake Roberts. And he's going to destroy him, hands down. 56 E-. In a battle of fantasy and good wrestling, Sting defeated Earthquake in 7:45 by pinfall. Earthquake 62, Sting 77. No work, bro. 74 B-. After the match, Sting is celebrating his win when Davey runs and attacks him. He then hits the running power slam and leaves him just laying there on the mat as he just leaves the arena. And everyone's going, boo! Fuck you, Davey. This is a PG-rated show, Josh. Remember that. So Gene Oakland's there, and he says, joining me this time, the new Intercontinental Champion Masahiro Chono. And Chono's like, last night, I won this beautiful bout live when I kicked Yokozuna's ass. And then, before he can continue, Mankind just walks on, and he stares at the title, he rips out his hair, throws it at the title, and then laughs and leaves. And when this Masahiro Chono looks really concerned, and he also leaves. 64C. Interesting stuff. In a decent match, the Tonga Kid defeated DDP in 6-9 when Diamond Dallas Page could not beat the 10 count after a Samoan drop. What the hell was this match then? This was a last man standing match. I don't remember even booking this as a last man standing match. But there you go. Tonga Kid 52, Diamond Dallas Page 53, Diamond Dallas Page in performance. You got a bonus last man standing match for you guys. That's a 56 E-. In a superb match, Silent Slaughter defeated Arn Anderson in 7:44 by pinfall following interference from Great Muda. Arn Anderson 70, Slaughter 71, no work improvement, 76 B-. G's like, welcome back to Raw, joining me now, Team ECW. Salvatore's like, look, we're going to make this clear, we're coming for the tag titles. And Samuel's like, we might have lost a match, but we believe we can beat you and become the World Tag Team Champions. So yep, Salvatore and Team ECW are laying the stake on the WWF World Tag Team titles. I'm taking risk with certain storylines in this at the moment because a lot of these wrestlers are not on the house show tour because they work for us, Smoky Mountain, and loads of other companies. 50D+. In a decent match, Yokozuna defeated Mark Romero in 8:30 by pinfall the Bonsai drop. Yokozuna 62, Mark Romero 54, no work, 63C. A video plays hyping up your main event of the night as Jake Roberts will face the phenomenal Vader. Gives an 86 being an exceptional match. Vader defeated Jake Roberts in 1939 by pinfall the Vader Bomb. Vader makes advance number 10 off his WWF Championship. Jake Roberts 69, Vader 91. Jake Roberts meant to have been attacked. I set this up by Yokozuna and Mr. Fuji. Obviously it didn't happen. After the match, see to save his victory when we hear the theme tune go of "Ooh yeah," and Randy Savage runs out and hits his elbow drop and starts attacking him and hits the elbow drop on Vader, signifying that he will be the next challenger for Vader. 72 B-. And in a superb post show about Stone Cold Steve Austin defeated Randy Savage in 15:25 by pinfall the Stone Cold Stunner. Stone Cold in technical and performance. Okay, thank you. Yeah, that is very useful for Amazon.co.uk to send me an email about that, but not right now. Thank you. And we didn't get to see our final rating and how if we increased or lost popularity, blah, blah, blah. Well, we're going to have but as always, next week, ladies and gentlemen, it is going to go to 2 hours. WWE Raw is 2 hours long, but it doesn't mean I'm going to cut back on how many is in each episode. You will still get 4 an episode, even if it being 2 hours. Because I don't take me that long to record these. What's that? Ring Platinum series. And all my dentists are not taking on at the moment. Any dentists are near me, around me, I can't go to. So, I've got a damaged tooth and none of them want taking on patients, so fuck it. Oh my god. So, WCW contract, Carlos Colon. Well, last night we got an 81B, we got a sellout crowd, we got a 2.13. We beat Nitro! Woohoo! The Nitro got a 79B. The Top Dogs defeated the Alley Cats and then Rick Rogers defeated Babe Cox by DQ on the pre-show. We had a pre-match interview with Tony Atlas to open up the night. Tony Atlas defeated Tex Sleasia with a 51B. Then there's a backstage moment with Hulk Hogan and Missy Hart. I don't know who Missy Hart is. She's the authority figure. Hogan, you cannot do this on my show. Bah, bah, bah. But they did get a 1.16. What did we get? They got a 1.16. We got a 2.13. So we even beat them on ratings, which is good. Virgil defeated Van Hammer. Z-Man and the Blacktop Bully. The Blacktop Bully defeated Z-Man. Confrontation between Fabulous Moolah and Cindy Deviver. Fabulous Moolah no contest with her. And in the main event, it was Barry Windham, Bob Backlund, Josh Ben-Gur and Roddy Piper. Ben-Gur and Piper defeated Windham and Bob Backlund. Their Saturday night show was a bit better when Ben-Gur and Haku defeated Eaton and Giannetti. Don Marie defeated Susan Green to retain the women's title. That was about it on Super Thing, but that's fine. There's not a lot going on in the Western world right now because a lot of the Japanese companies are waiting to go on tour again. I think New Japan's not on tour. So shall we have a quick look at Japan and just have a look and see, because this is where the interesting thing is. Let's go to Japan. Because Japan have a lot of companies at the moment, and British don't. So all Japan are waiting the next tour. Currently on tour. They're on tour. They're waiting next tour. JWP Project full-time schedule, so they're on tour. Legends Pro Wrestling currently on tour. Mishoki Po is on tour. Network of Wrestling are waiting next tour. New Japan currently on tour. They're currently on tour. They're on tour. They're on tour. They're on tour. And they're on tour. So if you're on tour... In the UK, though, this is where I worry about the game database, is you've got only 4 companies at the moment in the UK. I don't think that's very true, so I'm going to try and deal with that. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you. Well, if you look at in the game database, because I edit these, so if you go to companies, you can see yet to open in the British Isles. There is a lot of pro wrestling companies going to be coming around into the UK later on. You've got British Championship Wrestling coming around. World Association of Wrestling is going to probably be open in the next year. That's open next year, I do believe. Ultimate Wrestling. So I'm not sure when all these open, but they're going to be open. So, you know, it's gonna get interesting eventually around there. It's just right now. And if you know K-Star Wrestling in 1998, it was founded. That is ongoing. I don't know if it's still going now, but I know it was ongoing in our 2014 series because they keep hiring Samoa Joe. They're currently getting AJ Styles on tour with them, which will be a good idea for them. But ladies and gentlemen, next week, 2 hours. Shall we do it now? We're going direct competition with WCW. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be WWF All American Wrestling Monday Night Raw. It's 1 hour and a half. It is going to a 2 hour time slot. That will be next week. Not only that, I'm going to be doing it on camera right now. On Sunday, week 4. I don't know if we've got any New Year's Eve stuff in here. No Way Out, No Mercy. We got New Year's Revolution. That was a WWE one. They won it, New Year's Revolution. So it's in here. It's going to be in this. Vengeance War Games. The Match Beyond. No, we haven't even got a New Year's. Oh yeah, we have. So it's going to be WWF New Year's Revolution, and it's going to be a live TV special on New Year's Eve. And that will feature title matches, and all the storylines will probably play out on that show. It's going to be a 2.5 hour special TV event. Of course, we're going to give it a special set. I'm actually going to do it as a 3 hour special TV event. That is our next event coming up. As you can see, our schedule's a bit light because you've only got, we've only got what? How many events? Because that's our next event. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 events a year over the course of 12 months. But once we get through 1994 and into May 19, the month after WrestleMania, we'll start doing the in-your houses every month. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. We'll see you next week for another edition of Superstars and the first ever 2 hour wrestling event of Monday Night Raw. Well, I wasn't expecting this opening angle to kick off the show with a bang like it did. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got Liger, we've got Shane Douglas, and they're opening us up tonight in our nation's capital in the DC Armory in Washington, DC. We are pre-taping WWF Superstars, ready for the live broadcast of this nicely taped show this coming Saturday night. Liger, this past week I won this IWGP Junior Heavyweight title. That means I'm the best junior champion in Japan. For years I've been tearing it up, and every week here on WWF you cheer for me. And then just hear Shane Douglas's music, and he goes, "Shut up!" Will you? If I was out there in Japan, I could kick your ass and win that title. You make me sick. You think you're so good? Get as a ref. Shane Douglas, I don't know if it's obviously not his debut, but he's been a right bloody heel. Like, yeah, I could beat you. Get me a ref. And that's how we open up the night with 60C in a decent match. Shane Douglas does defeat Juice von der Liger in 8:26 by pin for the Pittsburgh plunge. Juice von der Liger 65, Shane Douglas 43. No work improvements. 60C, I can't complain with that. The Pittsburgh plunge. Nice finisher. In about a decent wrestling moment, Dave Finlay defeated Rey Mysterio in 7:02 by pin with the Tombstone. Dave Finlay 52, Rey Mysterio Jr. 50. I need to change his match. Rey Mysterio Jr. in Rumble, Dave Finlay in Performance 65C minus. Nice. And she's like, welcome back to Superstars. Joining me now, Jerry Lawler. And Jerry's like, so I've got the notice of The Undertaker. Am I scared? No, I am not. You see, you can have all the magic tricks, but I'll beat you. So I've spoken to our new GM and he's given me The Undertaker a New Year's Revolution. And the King cannot wait. I always had little bits on the end what I actually didn't written because it actually come to me when I've written the promo. I'm thinking, oh, that'll sound good. Well, I'm just going to add it. But yeah, so we now know that The Undertaker will be in action at New Year's Revolution against Jerry the King frickin' Lawler. That's not one to miss. Jerry Lawler will be in action tonight on Superstars in the main event. He will be taking on Undertaker. We've got 2 matches being confirmed for that tonight. The next one will be confirmed now. So Ball's there, and she's like, look, you want to do this, do you? Nobody's getting this title off me, okay? So you want this? Good. You got your death warrant. It's signed. New Year's Revolution, live on the USA, New Year's Eve. See you then, bitch. So it's all a bit jumbled and stuff, and the reason I've done it like that is because she's still not good. She can talk English, but she's still learning. She's a Japan. I don't know if she's actually. Her nationality is Japanese. So, in my mind, she's probably trying to work out how to speak English. But Bull Nakuni and Alonda Blaze live at WWF New Year's Revolution 4070 live on the USA Network. In a pool match, Jacqueline defeated Brittany Brown in 8-9 by pin with a bridging German suplex. Jacqueline 35, Brittany Brown 43. No work appearance 43D. Just a nice match. In a decent match, the Steiner Brothers drew with Harlem Heat in 7:48 following a double countout. Scott Steiner 65, Rick Steiner 64, Stevie Ray 49, Booker T 49. Stevie Ray improving technical 63C. And of course, after the match, they all start brawling. They have a massive brawl all the way to the back. And in our main event tonight, in a decent match, Jerry Lawler defeated Crush in 15:38 by pin with a diving fist drop. Crush was really off his game, he's visibly tiring. Jerry Lawler's game is visibly tiring. Crush 48, Jerry Lawler 52. Crush in performance. That's where we end the show with 57C minus. These two did not do well in the main event. But the final attendance is waiting to be confirmed. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you in a couple of ticks for your first ever 2-hour edition of Monday Night Raw. Welcome back to our first ever 2-hour edition of Monday Night Raw. We've got 9,614 people at the DC Armory tonight. We don't cover up we're not the WWF that makes up our attendance figures. We've got the video opening package where Austin, you got Vader in there, you got Sting, Davey, Jake, Randy, Sergeant Storm, and Arn Anderson. And it opens up the night, and we've got Road Aaron and Aaron Moore on screen. You'll see what that's all about. Vader, the product go off, and we see us showing the fans waving the signs. Then Vader's music hits, and it turns to booze. And Vader's like, it's my time. Sting could not beat me, and now Randy wants to attack me. This 80s star has been sticking his nose into Vader stuff. I'm going to destroy you. And when this Savage comes out throughout the crowd, he jumps in the ring, and a brawl starts. These two are going for hell for leather. Then we hear, oh, what a rush. And then Animal comes out on the stage, and I was like, you two, stop this bullshit right now. Randy and Vader, this cannot continue. So tonight, Vader, Davey, and Stone Cold will face Sting, Sergeant Slaughter, and Randy in the main event. And in 3 weeks live at New Year's Revolution, it'll be Vader versus Randy for the WWF Championship. Now get out of my sight before I fine you both. So your new authority figure, we mentioned him on Superstars. I didn't mention him by name because I don't want to ruin the surprise. Is none other than Road Warrior Animal. He will be taking over all GM duties on Monday Night Raw over the next few weeks. 76B minus, absolutely fucking beautiful. In about a decent wrestling match, the Eliminators defeated the Blue Brothers in 607 when John Chorus defeated Ron Harris by pin with the total elimination. John Chorus 47, Perry Saturn 47, Ron Harris 55, Don Harris 57, no work moments, and this was so much easier than booking an hour and a half wrestling show, believe you me. In a poor match, Val McIntyre defeated Reggie Bennett in an all-around towel match in 7:58 by pinfall. Val McIntyre 47, Reggie Bennett 46. No work appearance. I've got no idea. These might crop up a few bits. Something went really weird with the programming, and I didn't realise until quite late on. Welcome back to Raw, and join me now live now, the man they call Sting, and I don't know why Gene Okerlund on screen. Thanks, Gene. So I could not beat Vader, but I'm going to be in the Rumble in 3 months, and I will challenge Vader for the title when I win the Rumble. First, on to current problems. It looks like for some reason Dave Boy's got a problem with me, and he's going to attack me. Well, tonight, I'm going to be in the main event, and I'm going to kick ass and prove that this was a very bad mistake. 75B minus. And in a poor match, Dos Caras defeated Tonga Kid in 7:36 by pin with the Dos Caras clutch. Dos Caras 39, Tonga Kid 49. For the AD plus, we'll move on from that. And then Mankind sats backstage in his boiler room, and he's sat there and he's rocking back and forth, and he goes, "So everybody's been asking what I was doing last week. I was staking my claim for a match with Chono and his title. I proved myself when I beat Coco, and now it's time to shine. And it's going to be our biggest fight. So Chono, do you accept?" Well, we don't find out tonight, but we might find out next week. We've heard the message from Mankind. What is Chono going to say? We'll have to wait and see. In an extreme short match, Arn Anderson defeated Jake Roberts in 5:11 by pinning the spinning Spybuster following a botched interference by the Great Muda. Jake Roberts 73, Arn Anderson 77, no work appearance 75B minus. And then Gene Okerlund comes down to the ring, and he's on the mic and he goes, "Welcome back." And joining me now, the legend Jake Roberts. And he sees a bit out of breath after the match. He's like, "Thanks, Gene. So last week, Yokozuna wants to attack me and put me on his list. Fine. I've got over my problems. I am now a better Jake Roberts, and I am a new Jake Roberts. I'm ready, so come on, bring it. And New Year's Eve, New Year's Revolution. And me and Daisy will be taking you down." So another match added to the New Year's Revolution card. Of course, it's going to be Jake Roberts versus Yokozuna. If you don't know who Daisy is now the name of the snake. He always comes to the ring with a bag and a snake in it. Now that's called Daisy. 65C. No mention of what happened to the Great Muda, but it's interesting. In a decent match, Nadine and Owen Hart defeated the Rock and Roll Express in 8:27, when Owen Hart defeated Robert Gibson by pin with the missile dropkick. Robert Gibson 61, Ricky Morton 59, Owen Hart 57, Jim Nadine Hart 53. No work in 62C. Nice match. In about the great wrestling and good heat, Stan Hansen defeated Brian Pillman in 8:08 by pin for the lariat. Stan Hansen 76, Brian Pillman 73, a 74B minus. And then Afu's backstage and he goes, "So you want to challenge my boys for a match? You think you can succeed where others have failed? Okay, you got your wish. And we'll see you in 3 weeks live on TV, but watch us destroy you." And of course, the Samoan Savages or Warriors, of course the Tonga Kid's going to be on screen with them because he's part of the group. So we always have him on screen. But that's now set. Team EC Dub are going to get a match at the Final Revolutions against the Head Shrinkers for those WWF World Tag Team titles. 47D, not bad. Then the Great Muda's on mic and he goes, "You think it's so good? You eliminated me by putting your feet on the ropes, and that is not on Anderson. I'm coming for you and glory. To make my claim at the World title in WWF. I might have messed up tonight, but next week I won't do the same." Now this is all was written after that angle in that match. That match was booked afterwards, and I didn't want to go back and edit the promo, so I'm just going to throw that in. 72B minus, not bad from Great Muda actually. And then about the great heat and good wrestling, the Great Muda defeated Earthquake in 8:24 by from the Shining Wizard. Earthquake 62, the Great Muda 73, Earthquake in Technical 75B minus, beautiful. In about the great heat and good wrestling, The Undertaker defeated Yokozuna in 7:50 by pinfall, the Tombstone Pole Driver of Destruction from Jake Roberts. Yokozuna 63, The Undertaker 68. No work appearance. I don't know what's going on with The Undertaker. He seems to be dropping. 71C plus. And then Stone Cold Steve Austin gets a 50 and 79B. So my first title defenses against that asshole Sergeant Slaughter at this stupid TV event. Look, Slaughter, I'm going to do what I did last week. Stone Cold, kicking ass and keeping this title. I'll show you in the main event tonight. So he's basically just going, "Well, I've got a match with you at this stupid New Year's Revolution TV thing, but I'm just going to kick your ass and keep my title." Now, he's not meant to be pushed he's meant to be an upper mid-carder, but I'm pushing him in the main event scene so that he's booked like that on house shows and stuff to get his popularity up as much as possible. So 9B. Then in a good match, Bret Hart defeated Typhoon in 7:59 by submission as sharpshooter. Typhoon 53, Bret Hart 78, no work for 3B minus. Your main event of the night will see Dave Boy, Stone Cold Steve Austin and Vader versus Savage, Slaughter and Sting. In about fantastic and great wrestling, Davey Boy Smith, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and Vader defeated Sting, Silent Storm, and Randy Savage in 1941 when Davey Boy Smith defeated Randy Savage by pin with a running power slam. Vader's head and shoulders were nuts. Randy Savage 76, Silent Storm 68, Sting 79, Vader 90, Stone Cold 68, and Davey Boy 74. Vader in flying. That's where we end tonight's show. We're 78B, increased our popularity in 8, but lost as what in 2. We're going to hit the continue button, and we'll have a quick look and see how WC what happened on Nitro last night to compete with us. First time that us at Monday Night Raw and Nitro are going head to fucking head. This is the first time we've gone head to head for the first time in a 2-hour time slot. They've always had an extra half hour to do stuff. They have never really utilised it, but right now we're utilising it. So, we're now having processing and stuff. This is huge right now. WCW outbeat us last night. Oh my god, what happened? 80B. So, they have a backstage segment, Terry Funk and Barry Windham. Then they have a pre-match interview with Johnny Gunn. Johnny Gunn defeated Rage. Then there's a brawl involving Jimmy Snuka and Lex Luger. Tanaka... where am I? Oh, for bloody hell's sake. Tanaka defeated Fury to retain the United World Television title. We have a confrontation involving Jim Duggan, Roddy Piper, and Ric Flair. Virgil defeated Al Poth. Missy Hart and Hulk Hogan. Sandy Diver defeated Lily Kane. Sandy Diver for Lily Kane. And then there's a Roddy Piper and Ricky Steamboat. And then Ricky Steamboat defeated Roddy Piper with an 89 in the main event. You bastards. We got 78B. I'm not complaining. Raw did quite a good show last night. Then WWE Saturday night we had Rip Rogers went to a double count out with Ice Kingman Persons in the pre-show. Roddy Piper, Rick Steamboat, and Michael Haynes. And then there's Cindy Diver and Susan Green. Susan Green defeated Candy Diver. And there's Roddy Piper and Junkyard Dog, where Roddy Piper went to no contest with Junkyard Dog. So Roddy Piper wrestled twice in that show. Tony Sinclair championship win. Superstars. And there we are. So, gentlemen, that's a bit of an issue, but we'll resolve it very soon. Thank you for watching. We'll see you guys again next week for another edition of Monday Night Raw. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is WWF. It is, of course, continuing from yesterday. But I did a few recordings of Ring of Honor, and now I'm doing this. Have I? Yes, I have. So all that can be deleted. That's good. So yeah, we've got 3 of these to go out. This didn't go down that well. I've just checked, we made sure we put the right venue. This angle didn't go down well because Booker T and Stevie Ray do not do well onto the mic. But hopefully they'll get better as time goes on. So they wanted a match last week. What happened? They got counted out and it's stupid. You wanted this match and you make this happen. Why? Why ask for the match? And Steve's like, so you Steiners, you think we have a problem with you? We do. You challengers and you got this counted out. It is stupid. And then with this, the Steiners music hits and out they come. And Scott's got the mic and he's like, will you shut up? You two took the match outside and what you're saying is a total lie. That's all you do is lie. Now the dog-faced gremlin's got something to ask you. And Rick's like, live on USA on New Year's Revolution, let's make this a Falls Count Anywhere match to stop this. I want this to, before you can finish, both teams just start brawling. And they go on the outside and then they all get a chair. And it's just a standoff, but security come out at this point and just hold them all back. And that kind of confirms it. At New Year's Revolution, it will be another tag match on the card. It's going to be a 2v2. I haven't got it on the... Why do we never... Whenever I book a match, I always assume it's going to be there. But yeah, it never is. So we're just going to copy this one over. And we'll just put 2 there. And... Oop. 2 there, and then there's a 2v2. Oop. Falls Count Anywhere match. The most standard surrounded 2 teams. So we just change competitors to teams. Fight where pinfalls can take place in any location. Blah 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 blah. And then we leave everything else the same. Save. And we go into here, and then somewhere in here now will appear the 2v2 Falls Count Anywhere match I have made. Quick thinking on my part, guys. Give me some credit. I do have some brains. So yeah, it will be the Steiners, and they will be against Harlem Heat at that pay-per-view. Neither tag team on this show tonight. I'm thinking about having one of the teams on Raw. We have 2 hours of Raw to get through. Rick Steiner's only show more charisma, which is good. 48D+. In a decent match, Chris Jericho defeated Jim Burnsall in 7:27 by pinfall. Jim Burnsall 53, Jericho 56. No work improvements. Jericho's coming up to the main roster. 57C minus. Jericho's getting the call up. In a decent match, the Rock and Roll Express defeated the Dudley Boys in 6:24, and Robert Gibson defeated Bubba Ray by pinfall the double drop kick. Robert 57, Ricky Morton 56, Bubba 46, Devon 45. Ricky in performance. Bubba is at the moment the ECW television champion, so he'll be walking around with that somewhere. And Gene's like backstage now. He's like, "Welcome back to Raw. Joining me now, the woman who will challenge Bull Nakuni in 2 weeks live right here on USA, Alundra Blaze." And Blaze says, "Thanks, Gene. The WWF is bringing a women's show." Bring in a women's division, and then so does WCW. You see, this is full of fresh and new stars with old, and does not have a 60-year-old old wrestling. Look around right now. This is the hottest thing in wrestling, but we're being held back by Bull as champion. We will take the belt off her. Me and the WWF fans, we will win the belt together because I'm doing it for all of them, Gene." Your typical babyface promo there, isn't it? It's like, yeah, Bull Nakuni's holding us back. We're taking a shot at WCW in the promo, but she's also like, Bull Nakuni's holding us all back. And guess what, Gene? I'm going to do it with them, the fans. I'm doing it for them. Typical babyface. And in the poor match, Alundra Blaze defeated Susan Sexton in 7:46 by the diving crossbody. Susan Sexton 42, Alundra Blaze 40. No work opportunities, so don't click. 43D. And then Juice Wonder Liger gets to 61C, and he's like, "You beat me, Shane. Well done. But this is no playground. This is pro wrestling. Could you do it again?" Again, see you at New Year's Revolution in action. Tonight I join my hero, The Undertaker, to help him take down you and Jerry. But in 2 weeks it's one-on-one, and it's going to be me coming out on top. How? Come to Japan and I'll put this on the line. If there was a way in this game, I would put the junior heavyweight title on the line for my WGP. I hope that's a feature in the new one where you can, if you've got a champion from another company you're working with, you can use their belt. But yeah, so we got another match confirmed for the show, and that will be Juice Wonder Liger versus Shane Douglas. You never thought Shane Douglas would be getting a push like this as soon as he joined the company, but he is. There he is. Liger versus Shane, 61C. And then we go straight into that match, and in a decent match, Juice Wonder Liger and The Undertaker defeat Jerry Lawler and Shane Douglas in 2016, when Juice Wonder Liger defeated Jerry Lawler by from the Shooting Star Press. The Undertaker carried the match in his winning performance. Shane Douglas' weak link, that's fine. Undertaker 86, Liger 62, Shane 47, Jerry Lawler 60, Shane in Rumble and Performance. 71C plus, that's how we end our episode of Superstars with a 65C. That's not bad. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I've got a bit of Raw to book, and then I'll see you again in a few more little clicks. Welcome back to Monday Night Raw. We're live. As always with Monday Night Raw, we've got 10,000 people at the RA Barnhill Arena. Opening video package showing Vader, Sergeant, Stone, Undertaker, Davey, Bret, Sting, and Savage. And we opened up the night with Sergeant Slaughter and Bret Hart. The Private Guys on the stage was showing an excited crowd, and Sergeant Slaughter music comes out to the ring, and he's like, "My time in this ring is nearly over. My time being in front of fans is limited. You expect me to sit back and let an asshole like Stone Cold sit on top of the WWF ladder? No. I'm not going to sit back. In 2 weeks, I'm going to show this young ass punk what it means to be a champion. When I beat him and I stand here with the WWF World Heavyweight Championship." We hear Stone Cold, he's on the Titantron. He's not coming out to the ring tonight. And he goes, "Up here, you idiot. Up here, idiot. You think you're getting this off me, do you? The last 2 weeks right here on Raw, I've stunned you out of your boots, and it's going to be me standing in tall. You see, Sean, this is simple. Your time is limited because I'm going to retire you at New Year's Revolution. And that's the bottom line. Because Stone Cold said so." 74B minus, beautiful promo from Stone Cold Steve Austin there. In about decent match of retreat, Papa Shango, Dave Finley, and Hunter Hearst Helmsley defeat Rey Mysterio Jr., Kenta Kobashi, and Dos Caras in A17 when Papa Shango defeat Kenta Kobashi by pin of the Voodoo Driver. Dos Caras 44, Kenta 51, Rey Mysterio 48, Hunter Hearst 43, Dave Finley 51, Papa Shango 58. No work appearance with the 60 minus. In about that decent wrestling, but much Reggie Bennett defeated Val McIntyre in 5:32 by from the Global Bomb. Val McIntyre 48, Reggie Bennett 48. Val McIntyre in performance 52D plus. And then Masahiro Chono gets a 72B minus in his promo, and he's like, "Mankind, last week you said you wanted a match with me. You want a shot at this title. You have got it. You've proved yourself being put in the deep end on Smokey and ECW. I've watched you grow. You are the future of this business, and I want to let the world see what me and you can do." So it's now confirmed it will be Mankind versus Masahiro Chono. Ladies and gentlemen, another huge match. This show is stacked. Don't expect any other matches to happen apart from the storyline matches because it's only a 2.5 hour show. But it's now confirmed that Masahiro Chono is giving Mankind his shot. This mid-card superstar that is not on tonight's card is getting a shot at Masahiro Chono's Intercontinental live at New Year's Revolution. That's a beautiful promo. In about that decent match, treat Tiger Mask 2 defeated the Tonga Kid in 6:05 by pin the Moonsault. Tiger Mask 52, the Tonga Kid 50, no Oakland 60C. And then Gene Oakland's backstage. Like in 2 weeks' time, we have a live TV special. And joining me now, that night, the challengers, Team ECW. And someone's like, look, the Samoan Warriors or the Head Shrinkers can be big and terrifying. Have they been to ECW? No. If you ain't seen what me and Salvatore put our bodies through every week. And Salvatore's like, you see this cut? It is from being hit by a kendo this past week on ECW TV. We're not afraid to bleed. We're not afraid to go through pain. This is true. And we'll be the new WWF World Tag Team Champions as we close 1993 and head into 1994. So they're saying on the New Year's Eve they're going to win the titles before midnight and go into 1994 as the World Tag Team Champions. 48D plus. Then Dave Boy's got a mic and he's like, Sting, you want to know what my problem is? 3 years ago on the Raw Before Survivor Series, you beat me. I'm the biggest star in WWF, but I know I lost. I want your blood, I want your career, I want to destroy you once and for all, Sting. This is a war you can't win in 2 weeks. I'm going to kick your ass. And as you already know, New Year's Revolution, we have already got... we haven't got, actually. I've already booked Davey Boy versus Sting. Well, it's happening. It was obvious this was going to happen. It's going to be Davey Boy versus the Stinger. Yes. Live on pay-per-view. That's what we're going for. It's only 2B-. Beautiful. In a decent match, Diamond Dallas Page defeated IRS in 8:27 by pin of the Diamond Cutter. IRS 59, DDP 53, 61C. In a decent match, the Steiner Brothers defeated the Blue Brothers in 7:18 when Scott Steiner defeated Ron Harris by pin of the Frankensteiner. Scott Steiner 68, Rick Steiner 66, Ron Harris 55, Don Harris 55, Noah Prince 69C+. The Masahiro Chono and Yokozuna and Mr. Fuji are backstage. You think because of you being to rehab, you think this is going to stop me? No. You think we care you was an alcoholic and a druggie 6 months ago? No, we do not. This is about we've decided on you, and this is why when the WWF fight back against rematches. This is our way of proving we deserve a match at Masahiro Chono. 55C-. In about that great heat and decent and good wrestling, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Earthquake and Trilly Blanchard defeated The Undertaker, Sergeant Slaughter and Randy Savage in 7:33, and Stone Cold Steve Austin defeated Sergeant Slaughter by pinfall with a Stone Cold Stunner. Randy Savage 73, Sergeant Slaughter 67, Undertaker 84, Trilly Blanchard 64, Earthquake 62, Stone Cold 69, Earthquake in Techno and Trilly Blanchard in Performance. It's only 4B-. Then we cut to a promo by Arm, and he's on the mic, and he's like, welcome back to Raw. This show's been amazing so far. Joining me now, the Enforcer, Arn Anderson. And I was like, Great Muda, I'm going to cause you so much pain. You think you can make it here in the USA? You're nothing but a Japanese hero. The only reason you're in the main event is because of the rehab purge. It is bullshit. Look, mate, you can't beat the Enforcer at all. So yeah, the Enforcer versus... Have we got that booked? Nope. For God's sakes, all these matches should have been booked by now, Josh. No. So it'll be Arn Anderson and it'll be the Great Muda. Tonight, the Great Muda will be in action in one of his biggest matches since coming to the States. It's only 3B-. In a superb match, Masahiro Chono defeated Stan Hansen 8-12 by the Yakuza kick. Masahiro Chono makes defense number 1 of his WWF Intercontinental title. Stan Hansen 77, Masahiro Chono 70, a 76B-. In a superb match, Yokozuna defeated Bret Hart in 7:57 by pin of the Bonsai Drop. Yokozuna 66, Bret Hart 79, Yokozuna response. It's only 4B-. And we see Vader in Road Warrior's office, Road Warrior Animal's office, and he's sat there, and Road Warrior's going through a list. And he goes, so in 2 weeks you have to face Randy live on pay-per-view. live on TV. Now, tonight you'll face the Great Muta for the title. Next week on Raw, it'll be The Undertaker and then Randy. And Vader's like, fine, watch your heroes get destroyed by me, the monster Vader. This is my time. It is Vader's time. Ladies and gentlemen, next week on Monday Night Raw, this is a huge opportunity. The Undertaker will be facing a Vader for the WWF Championship. This will be live on Raw next week, and it is your main event. 72B minus. In the next exception match, Sting and Jake Roberts defeat Arn Anderson and Davey Boy in 7:33 when Jake Roberts defeat Arn Anderson by pin the DDT. Jake Roberts 74, Sting 81, Davey Boy 74, and Arn Anderson 78. No work opponent 75B minus. Next up is Vader versus the Great Muta. In an exception match, Vader defeated Great Muta in 1945 by pinfall the Vader Bomb. Vader makes defense number 11 of his WWF Championship. The Great Muta got a 73, Vader got a 91. Vader improving and flying gives you an 84B+. And of course, after the match, Randy Savage runs out and starts beating Vader down, gets a 76B-. That's where we end tonight's show, giving us an 80B, which increased popularity in all 11 regions. We're going to hit continue. I think that's our best Raw yet for a while. We're starting to get the hang of this. Because we're legendary. Fly high. Oh, well, with 4 legends made. So we're going to have a look and see how WCW fared tonight against our amazing episode of Raw. We did quite a good show. I'm quite proud of that. I think all the storylines are starting to hold, but I think having Road Warrior on not every week, but we're paying for his contract at the moment, but he's not going to be, able to wrestle for the next 3 years because of his back injury. So I want to push him in the sort of a backstage sort of role. Well, they weren't able to fare up against that episode of Raw. We got a sellout crowd. We got 2.20 on TV. I think everybody's going to go home. They seem to have really struck gold with this show. But the feedback from the viewers has been great. It's drawn a lot of praise for WCW, 74B-. So the show opens up with a brawl between Barry Windham, Michael Haynes, and Jim Powers. Then Junkyard Dog, Tanaka, and Dynamite Kid defeat Clark, Maggs, and Anderson. Which Anderson is that? That's Brian Clark. That's Junkyard Dog. That's Tanaka. That's Joey Maggs. Dynamite Kid. Brian Clark. Brad Anderson, okay. There's a confrontation between Jim Duggan and Joshua Ben-Gur. Brad Armstrong defeats Sergeant Buddy Lee Parker. There's a brawl involving Ricky Steamboat, the Barbarian, and Terry Funk. There's an another confrontation involving Kate LaRock, Don Marie, Covenant, and Lily Kai. Ground and Pound defeat Aisha and Kai, which obviously is a tag team. Hulk Hogan, Roddy Piper, and Ric Flair have a conversation backstage. Then Jannetty defeat Big Sky and Watts. So that's Marty Jannetty, that's Big Sky, and that's Tyler Mane. That's Eric Watts. So yeah, Big Sky's Tyler Mane. Joshua Ben-Gur and Barry Windham defeat Josh Ben-Gur for 70C+. Yeah, shit show. Saturday Night did better than Superstars, as always, with Missy Hart, Barry Windham, and Joshua Ben-Gur backstage. There's a pre-match interview with Chipata Ishii and Susan Green. Then Ground and Pound defeat Asia and Green. Then Tita Santana and Josh Ben-Gur. And then Tita Santana went to no contest. It seems like there's no contest on Raw. But I'm quite happy with our show. We'll have a quick look at our emails, see where we are. Yeah, Scott Steiner, Rey Mysterio Jr. is too small. Get rid of the kid. Yep, not going to happen. What's The Undertaker? Rey Mysterio is going to be a star, in my opinion. I'm going to go with The Undertaker's opinion on Rey Mysterio Jr. over Scott Steiner's. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was Monday Night Raw. That was me. We'll see you guys next week for another edition of WWF Superstars and Raw before we head into the month of January, where there's no big event, before we head into the month of Royal Rumble. 3 episodes, 3 days. Sit back and relax and enjoy. But we've got Superstars and Raw and WWF New Year's Revolution coming up very soon. Welcome to Superstars, the go-home edition of Superstars. So you hear a lot of mentions, even though it's Monday, of what's going to happen on tomorrow night, because we're taping this ahead of Saturday night's live broadcast of this. So Paul's backstage, guys. So, Cherry, you are in trouble tomorrow night live on USA. You'll be facing this man on the last night of the year. This is a time of The Undertaker. He's going to send you to hell, then. This is a journey you don't want to travel on. This is a war you've got to face, and it's going to be beautiful. Oh, yes, it will. It's only 2B-, beautiful. In the next short match, IRS defeated Marcus Bagwell in 4:44 by from the stock market crash. IRS 53, Marcus Bagwell 41. He has a grade 3 hamstring strain, which is not good. In a decent match, the Harlem Heat defeated the Rock and Roll Express in 8:15 when Booker T defeated Ricky Morton by pin with the Towering Inferno. Robert gets on 56, Ricky Morton 55, Stevie Ray 52, Booker T 55, Ricky Morton in performance 59C. Harlem Heat celebrating their victory in the ring when the Steiner Brothers won an attack and beat them down to the mat. Hoping not their match. And then Bull Nakuni's backstage. He's like tomorrow night live on the USA Network. This woman, Bull Nakuni, will defend her title against Alondra Blaze. And then Bull's like, Alondra Blaze, tomorrow night is the last night of the year, and I'm going to end the year with this title. I'm going to stay WWF Women's Champion. You think you're going to beat me? You're not. This is my title, and nobody is taking this. And in this match, Chris Jericho defeated Diamond Dallas Page in 750 by pinfall. Jericho 47, DDP 50, 51D+. He's now on the roster permanently. In this match, Papa Shango defeated RVD in 802 by pinning the Voodoo Driver. Papa Shango 52, Rob Van Dam 50, Papa Shango in flying, 54C-. Our main event of the night is Brian Lawler versus Jerry Lawler. In a bout of good heat and decent wrestling, Joe Lawler defeated Brian Pillman in 15-14 by pinning the legally using ropes leverage. Brian Pillman 57, Jerry Lawler 50, Brian Pillman in Rumble, 56C-. And then after the match, Joe Lawler celebrating his victory when The Undertaker appears out of nowhere and then basically Tombstone's pile drives him to end this episode of Superstars. To get people to tune tomorrow night live on the USA Network. Of course, it's not tomorrow night live. For the fans in the auto enders and everybody else who's seen this already happen, they're going to have to wait for 4 days, 7 days. You already know The Undertaker's not winning the title, so let's get that out there. That's obvious. Let's end the show there, guys. It gives a 58C-. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll go to Monday Night Raw in a few ticks, and we'll get to see what happens on the Go Home edition of Monday Night Raw before New Year's Revolution. Welcome back to the Go Home edition of Monday Night Raw. 10,000 people tonight at the NDMSU Dome. It is a Boxing Day. The Undertaker, Vader, Undertaker, Hart, Davey, Stone, Jake and Masahiro Chono and Stinger in the opening package. We open up the night, we see Pride go off on the stage and we see Excited Founder and Randy Savage music comes out and he comes out and he looks ready to go. And he's like, oh yeah, it's Boxing Day and we want to thank all of you for coming out. Well, you're fat and stuffed with some lovely food. Oh yeah. Look around, this year's been the hardest year for the WWF. We're struggling to keep, as everyone's in rehab or jump ship, but we are going strong. The only issue is we have a man called Vader and shouting, this Sunday night on New Year's Eve, I'm going to win the WWF champion. I'll be the top guy. And this with Vader music comes out and he comes out to the ring and he's looking really pissed and he's like, so you're annoyed that people jump ship? I started my year jumping ship to this shithole WWF. I'm here to take down the company. It's going to be me standing tall over you this Sunday. You want to know what it feels like? Okay, but before Vader can attack Randy, Randy attacks him. But then Vader gets out the ring quick and he holds up the belt to a chorus of boos and a big smile on his face. And of course, tonight he will be defending that belt against The Undertaker in our main event of the evening. But in our opening bout, in about a good wrestling and decent crowd, Stan Hansen defeated Truly Blanchard in 741 by pin with the lariat. Truly 66, Stan Hansen 70, Truly in Rumble. Haven't got a clue why I did a heel versus heel match. Don't remember. In a Deadpool match, Dutch Martel returns to the company, defeating Dos Caras in 7:59 by pin with the scoop slam power driver. Dutch Martel 40, Dos Caras 41, 44D. And then I fused backstage with the Samoan Warriors, and he's like, this Sunday Night Live, it's going to be my boys coming out with a win. No, I might not be there this Sunday, but we'll be strong and powerful because my boys are unbeatable. And it's going to be us walking in on New Year's Day as the World Tag Team Champions. 48D+. Not bad. In a bad decent wrestling retreat, Tiger Mask 2 defeated Hunter Hearst Helmsley in 8:13 by from the moonsault. Hunter Hearst 45, Tiger Mask 49, no careers 50D+. Then great moves backstage like, look here, I'm a megastar, I'm the future of pro wrestling, I'm going to be WWF champion, and one day I will main event WrestleMania, and I will begin by beating you this Sunday. Arn Anderson. 76B-, not bad. In a decent match, Coco Beware defeated Typhoon in 7:43 by from the Birdbuster. Typhoon 54, Coco Beware 50, no occurrence, 36E-. And then Gene's like, welcome back to Raw, joining me now, the phenomenal Jake Roberts. And Jake's like, thanks Gene. Right now I've got my eyes set to this Sunday night. I face Yokozuna in action. He's targeting me because he thinks it's going to help him get another shot at Masahiro Chono. It won't happen at all. You see, the DDT is a special, I can hit it on anyone. It's so special I can hit it on anyone. And when it's a commotion going on behind the camera and it cuts around and we see Davey and Stinger having a massive backstage brawl. Davey Boy then throws Sting into the interview set and Jake Roberts and Gene move out of the way. And then security run and then Hawk just walks onto the set out of his office, which is just next door. And he takes Gene's mic for some reason. And he's like, find Davey, find Yokozuna because you've got the ad break to get ready. It'll be you and Yokozuna facing Sting and Jake Roberts and it's going to be right now. It's only 3B minus. So we come back after commercial, and in a battle of fantasy and great wrestling, Davey Boy and Yokozuna defeat Jake Roberts and Sting in 7:38 when Davey Boy defeat Jake Roberts by pin the running power slam. Yokozuna 66, Davey 78, Sting 80, Jake Roberts 72, Yokozuna and Technol 73B minus. A beautiful match. The Mankind sat backstage in his boiler room. He's like, I want to thank Chono for his kind words last week. Chono, just because of your kind words, it does not mean Mankind is going to be nice. I will win the Intercontinental title this Sunday Night Live on USA. Mrs. Foley Boy will win the Intercontinental title. 55C minus, nice promo there. And in about a good heat and decent wrestling, Arn Anderson defeat Crush in 8:02 by submission. Crush 53, Arn Anderson 74. Crush in Technical 71C plus. And Stone Cold Steve Austin, he didn't have a script, he got 73 minus. So this Sunday night, we don't get the night off. We've wrestled across the new year. Now, they want me to face an idiot Simon Slow, and it's going to be the night I send him packing and put him on the shelf, and it's going to be beautiful. And in the battle, I've had great wrestling and good heat. Stone Cold Steve Austin defeated Brian Pillman in 7:40 by pinfall the Stone Cold Stunner. Stone Cold Steve Austin makes defense of one of his Intercontinental World Championship. Brian Pillman 74, Stone Cold 71, no work for 74B minus. In a decent match, Sergeant Slaughter, Randy Savage, Masahiro Chono and Bret Hart defeat Papa Shango, Mankind, Jerry Lawler and Shane Douglas 7:54 when Sergeant Slaughter defeats Shane Douglas by pinfall. Bret Hart 79, Davey Boy 71, Randy Savage got an 82, Sergeant Slaughter got a 68, Shane Douglas 42, Jerry Lawler 55, Mankind 60, Papa Shango 54. No work improvements, 74B minus, and of course, as promised, ladies and gentlemen, you have got your main event to look forward to, and it is going to happen in just a little bit, right here on this channel. In front of 10,000 people, they're going to get to see the first, well, probably not the first, but the first title match between The Undertaker and the man they call Vader. In an exceptional match, Vader defeated The Undertaker in 25:02 by a pin with the Vader Bomb. Vader makes defense number 12 of his WWF Championship title. The Undertaker 87, Vader 94. Vader improving in form. So that gives us a 92A main event match. Jeez. So Vader celebrating his victory in the ring when Randy Savage runs in and attacks, beating Vader down into the mat. Gets 71C plus. In a superb post-show match, the Great Muta defeated the Earthquake in 8:13 by the Shining Wizard. Great Muta 73, Earthquake 69. That's where we end tonight's show. Given us an 85B plus. Is WCW going to be able to compete with that 92 excellent main event match? Well, we're going to find out in a second when the game loads, but geez, I was not expecting that from The Undertaker or Vader. That was amazing from them two. Brilliant match, brilliant stuff. I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens after that, but yeah. A good match, actually, and I think it was really set out for the world title. We beat Raw last night, and we got the most rated, 85B+, with the Undertaker versus Vader. WWF were working with pre-WFG. Nitro, so Z-Man defeated Van Hammer, Harley Race, Josh Bengo and Bobby Eaton. There's a pre-match interview with Ron Simmons. Ron Simmons then defeats Jim Powers. Terry Funk, Jim Duggan and Bob Backlund. Terry Funk defeats Steve Armstrong in the next match with an 81. Barry Windham, Roddy Piper and Ric Flair in a skit. Pain Game defeated Tex and Shanghai. There's backstage segment with Missy Hart, Lex Luger and Hulk Hogan. Then there's a confrontation involving Kate LaRex, Don Marie, Katrina Ashin and Susan Green. Ashin and Green defeat Ground and Pound. And then there's backstage segment with Michael Haynes and Barry Windham. Michael Haynes defeated Barry Windham by count out. That was their show. Saturday night main event did better. The Cole Twins defeat the Alley Cats. There's a skit involving Barry Windham and Ricky Steamboat. Backstage and release Monica Pearson, Lisa Mott defeat Pressman. Then Jimmy Snuka defeat Tanonka. And then they get defeated by Hank Aku and Buddy. So that's going on. But I'm really happy with that. I think that's really good. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you guys live here again this Sunday night for the WWF New Year's Revolution live on USA. We'll see you for that in a few ticks. Am I a madman because I talked to myself? I don't know. Hello everyone, welcome back. We've got 20,000 people tonight. Of course we're doing this show, Madden Square Gons. What else would we do? An exclusive wrestling on TV show to kind of counteract, and the reason I've done this isn't just because I wanted to do a New Year's Eve special and a New Year's Day special WWF, it's so we can frick over our enemy. Yes, we're going to frick over our enemy, aka WCW, and their Starrcade pay-per-view. Ladies and gentlemen, but in a decent pre-show match, Velvet McIntyre, Cheryl Russa, Brittany Brown, and Bison Kuma defeated Aja Khan, Jacqueline, Reggie Bennett, and Susan Sexton in 7:41 when Velvet McIntyre defeated Susan Sexton by pinfall. Bison got a 48, Brittany Brown 49, Charlotte Ross a 34, Velvet McIntyre 58, Susan Sexton 51, Reggie Bennett 48, Jacqueline 45, and Aja Kong 53. Reggie Bennett in Technical and Performance, Bison Khan in Rumble, and Brittany Brown in Performance. So after this part, we're going to skip forward, we're going to let the game load, we're going to have a discussion about this year so far since we've been running the WWF, about WrestleMania 9, about the future of the series going into 1994, and some of the plans. I've got some things to discuss with you. But in the pre-show, ID's Wrestling Roman Cheat, Dave Finney, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, Dave Taylor, Chris Jericho, and you're not mistaken, Murario Suzuki defeated Tiger Mask 2, Rey Mysterio Jr., Kendo Kobashi, Sabu, and Tommy Dreamer in 7:46 when Murario Suzuki defeated Kendo Kobashi by submission. Tommy Dreamer 50-45, Sabu 51, Kendo Kobashi 55, Rey Mysterio 48, Tiger Mask 48, Murario Suzuki 37, Jericho 57, Dave Taylor 54, Hunter Hearst Helmsley 49, and Dave Finley 54. Murario Suzuki in Technical and Tommy Dreamer Technical. Please expect Murario Suzuki to be appearing on more WWF programming in the future once I hire him on contract instead of a one-night only deal. In a decent British match, the Blue Brothers defeat Eliminators in 8:19 when Don Harris defeated Perry Saturn by pin with a H-bomb. John Kuros 49, Perry Saturn 50, Ron Harris 56, Don Harris 58. No worker burns 59C, not bad. In a decent British match, Dos Carlos, Barry Horowitz and the Bushwhackers defeat Dutch Martel, Papa Shango, and Nadine and Honeheart in 8:18 when Dos Carlos defeat Papa Shango by pin the Dos Carlos clutch. Butch 50, Luke 38, Barry 44, Dos 42, Papa Shango 52, Dutch Martel 38, Owen Hart 57, and Jim Nadine Hart 57. No workers 52D+. In a decent British match, Stan Hansen, the Tonga Kid, Truly Blanchard, Typhoon, and IRS defeat Mark Marrero, Jim Burnsall, Diamond Dallas Page, Crush, and Brian Pillman in 8:12 when the Tonga Kid defeat Jim Burnsall by pin the Samoan drop. Pillman 70, Crush 56, Diamond Dallas Page 53, Jim Burnsall 51, Mark Marrero 52, IRS 56, Typhoon 55, Truly Blanchard 65, the Tonga Kid 47, Stan Hansen 79, the Tonga Kid in Rumble and Techno, and IRS in Techno 68C+. In the British Rad Subpar Wrestling, a little heat, Rob Van Dam defeated John Bradshaw in 7:35 by pin with a 5-star Frog Splash. John Bradshaw Lethal 33, RVD 51, no weapons 48D+. Bay, turn the heating off. It's getting bloody hot up here. Anyway, let's go on with the main card now. We've got the pre-show over with. I'm just going to ask her to turn the heating off because I feel like I'm sweating something terrible up here. Tonight, live 4 hours before you welcome in the new year, let's get ready for the best wrestling for free on the USA Network. You're getting some of the best action, and now live from Madison Square Gardens in New York City. This is New Year's Revolution. No prior, but we're showing the excited fans. There's a little stage, but not that big, and we got the Jim and Bobby ringside. So yeah, we're going live. So this is going live at 8 o'clock. We'll finish at 11 o'clock, so that then USA can go over live to. It's probably going to be longer than that because I've gone over the time limit, but we're starting about 7:30 probably. It's probably the best time to start with this main card, and we're going to go up until 11 o'clock, at which point it'll be swapped over to the countdown stuff for New Year's. And Jim's like, hello and welcome to New Year's Revolution. Tonight all the titles on the line and the biggest stars will all be in action, but first, as seen on Superstars, Jerry has started targeting The Undertaker, but when will he be able to beat him? And was like, you could be watching Starrcade, or you could be watching Vader, Stone Cold, Send Out the Old, or will the old stand tall and strong? Let's find out right now. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start off the night with an 80B in the superb match. The Undertaker defeat Jerry Lawler in 9:55 by putting the Tombstone Pile Driver. Jerry Lawler 59, The Undertaker 85, and no work for him. It's an 80B+. That's a beautiful match from The Undertaker there. In this match, Juice for the Liger defeat Shane Douglas in 9:42 by pin of the Brainbuster. Liger 64, Shane Douglas 5:45. Shane in Performance. So that's another good match there from the Superstar storyline of Liger versus Shane. In about DC Wrestling, Bull Cooney defeated Londra Blaze in 12:41 by the guillotine leg drop. Bull Cooney makes defense number 5 of the women's title. Londra Blaze got a 47, Bull Cooney 57, no equivalents. So the reason I'm keeping the belt on her, and I know it sounds a bit cruel, is she is our top, what's the word I'm looking for here? The top female wrestler we have on the roster, in ring and out ring. So while I'm building up the rest of the roster and getting them all to improve to her sort of standards, we're going to keep the bat on her, basically. In a decent match, Rockwell Express defeat the Dudley Boys in 7:42, and Ricky Morton defeat Devon by putting the double drop kick. Bubba Ray 47, Devon 45, Robert Gibson 51, Ricky Morton 51, Devon in performance and Ricky Morton in performance. So during this match, because Devon's the ECW TV champion, he comes out with the belt, and there's ECW transfer out the Madison Square Gardens Arena. Got 52D+. In above it, superb wrestling and great heat, the Great Muda defeated Arn Anderson in 12:27 by pinning the Shining Wizard. Arn Anderson 80, the Great Muda 74. No work appearance. That's a 77B. That's a brilliant match. This got a 78B. Jeez. In above it, great wrestling and good heat, Masahiro Chono defeated Mankind in 14:50 by pinning the Yakuza kick. Masahiro Chono makes defense number 2 of his WWF Intercontinental title. Mankind 17, Masahiro Chono 79. No work improvements. They have great chemistry. Jeez, 78B. This is a brilliant show so far. In a decent match, the Steiner Brothers defeated Harlem Heat in a Falls Count Anywhere match in 14:57 when Scott Steiner defeated Booker T by pinning the Frankensteiner. Stevie Ray 52, Booker T 53, Scott Steiner 65, Rick Steiner 60. So they went all over the arena into the toilets and stuff. It's like the typical, Falls Count Anywhere Rick Steiner performance. They got a 65C. Jeez. In a decent match, Paul Orndorff returns to WWF, defeating Coco Beware in 8:19 by pinning the Spike Pile Driver. Paul Orndorff's debut is Grizzly Young veteran gimmick. He's got this rating of average. Paul Orndorff 71, Coco Beware 51. So during this match, the commentators are like, well, he was confirmed for Starrcade. Well, he definitely is Starrcade. He's here tonight live in a WWF ring against Coco Beware. So they're really taking over now. They're really starting to nail it in that. We're against WCW, and this guy was meant to be at Starrcade, returning from injury, but he's returning from injury right here in the WWF ring. 68C+. In a superb match, Bret Hart defeated Earthquake in 8:11 by submission of Sharpshooter. Earthquake got 69, Bret Hart 78, Earthquake in Technical, 76B-. In about fantastic and good wrestling, Jake Roberts defeated Yokozuna in 10:56 by pin of the DDT. Yokozuna 64, Jake Roberts 71, no work improvements. I did hint at it. I told you the DDT can be hit by anyone, including fat men. And I can't say that because I'm fat myself. So yeah, so basically, Yokozuna's like trying to win this match so he can get a shot at Masahiro Chono, but he loses. So is Jake Roberts going to get the shot at Masahiro Chono, or is Yokozuna going to continue attacking him? Well, we'll have to wait and see on New Year's Day special of Monday Night Raw. As read into 1994, it's 1993. So in a decent match, Team EC Dub defeated the Head Shrinkers at 12:55 and Sandman defeated Fatu by a pin of the right Russian leg sweep. Team ECW win the WWF World Tag Team titles. Salvatore Balmo 48, Sandman 49, Fatu 58, Samu 54, Sandman in performance of 57C-. Team EC Dub. Sandman and Salvatore are going to be taking those titles all the way back to ECW now each week because they're the champions. They've beat the Head Shrinkers. And the interesting thing is, what is the Fu going to say next week or tomorrow night on Raw? In about fantastic and great wrestling, Sting defeated Davey Boy in 18:13 by pinfall. These two don't click. Davey Boy 65, Stinger 77, a 78B. We're getting into the final section of the show tonight. In about the great heat and good wrestling, Stone Cold Steve Austin defeated Sergeant Slaughter in 21:34 by pinfall the Stone Cold Stunner. He makes defense number 2 of the WWF World Heavyweight Championship. Sergeant Slaughter 65, Stone Cold 69. That's fine. 74B-. And our main event tonight, of course, is Randy Savage versus Vader for the WWF Championship. In an exceptional match, Vader defeated Randy Savage in 29:44 by pin of the Vader Bomb. Vader makes defense number 13 of his WWF Championship title. Randy Savage 81, Vader 88. Vader improving and flying. That's an 89A match. That's where we end tonight's show. With an 85B+, they increased our popularity in all 20 regions. Ladies and gentlemen, shall we head forward and see how the end of the year racks up for us? And while we're skipping forward, we're going to give that to Vader. I'm going to give it to Vader. I'm going to give it to Randy Savage. I'm also going to give it to The Stinger, I'm not. I'm going to go to The Undertaker because The Undertaker's really come out of his show over the past few weeks and stuff on TV. So they're all going to be praised for great performances. He opened up the night very strong. Everyone seemed pleased. So we're going to skip forward, let the game load. It's going to take a while. So yeah, we started this show all the way back in, I think it was February. With 10 episodes in, well, probably more. What are we in now? Yeah, so 10 episodes in, 11 episodes actually, so 11 episodes. We've been having fun, doing 3 of these a week, and it's really good fun. We've had a lot of hardship with rehab and other things, so the future holds for the WWF. Yeah, as I say now, it's, during this time in WWF, this wasn't the issue. No one was in rehab. There was no Stone Cold Steve Austin. There was no Hunter Hearst Helmsley. There was no Chris Jericho, Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero, and those sort of people. They weren't even known of in the WWF. It was like Diesel, Razor Ramon, Yokozuna. We can actually, while we're waiting for this load, shall we have a look? So you can have a look. This is a GIF alternate universe WWF book by me, with the hindsight that Vince didn't have back then, but does now. So you can have a kind of a look of what I've got rid of over in the time look. So if we look at what we started with, so you had WWF roster for March. We'll go for March. Hulk Hogan, Tia Santana, the Brooklyn Brawl. I didn't have the Brooklyn Brawler. Bret Hitman Hart, Randy Savage, Jim Powers, the Birdman, Rick Martel, Teddy DiBiase, Virgil, Jim Duggan, Shawn Michaels, Kurt Hennig, Butch Miller, Typhoon, The Undertaker, Brian Knobs, Jerry Saggs, Jackson Rogue, IRS, Bew Bavely, Back by Steve, Doink the Clown, Tanonka, The Rocket, Barry Horowitz, Papa Shango, Crush, Fatu, Samu, Razor Ramon, Bob Backlund, Yokozuna, Doink the Clown, Terrific, Terry Taylor, Damon Mighty, Jannetty, Bam Bam Bigelow, Rick Steiner, Scott Steiner, Joe the King Lawler, Lex Luger, The Giant Gonzalez, Bruce the Barber, Beefcake, Mo and Mabel. And you look at the amount of people I've listed off in that section there, which I've now got rid of, by the time we get to December. I ain't got top in charge than the Grigolo Jim Delray. So we're going to have a look now. The loading has been done, which is quite good. So rest of the year is one of our own guys. And that is, of course, Juicen Thunder Liger. He's topped the famous Power 500 outcomes. It's the first time he's captured the coveted honour. So he's number 1 in the world, and we've got him on our roster. That means we're going to be pushing him a bit more. Company of the year goes to All Japan Pro Wrestling, making this their 4th time the trophy. We might try and do a working agreement with them, just because they have a great roster and we've got one of their wrestlers. So team of the year is Matsuya Mishara and Stan Hansen. Their tag team of the year. Match of the year goes to Shaya Hasamito defeating Rikai Kush by countout at New Japan World, which happened in September. So we're going to have a look. So we go, as we always do in these, we go back to September. Well, as far as I can find September, we've gone too far. So that's August. New Japan World. That's also August. So let's have a look through here. Not that one. We've got to find the right one. Pro Wrestling. Nope. Tiger Master Feed. Who. Do. Yeah, I can't seem to find it, but yeah. So that was the match of the year. What was it? Shy House and Crush by New Japan World Pro Wrestling. So let's go to history. New Japan World Wrestling. World Pro Wrestling back in September. That's October. Wednesday Feet 1. Tetsuya Antonio defeat Rikai Kush by countout. Tiger Master Feed Hooray Doo. I'm trying to find it, see what rating it got. Here you go. Defeat Kush 99. Yeah. That was a match of the year. Show of the year, it goes to All Japan Summer Action Series 1. It was in July. So we're going back quite a way for that. Summer Action Tour. Was it a tour or was it the actual event? Summer Action Series 1. So let's go to history, find Summer Action Series 1. They got an 87B plus with 2. Let's say that, yep, I'll give them that. Eventually, Young Wrestler of the Year goes to Shinjo Anatoni, who's in New Japan and Pro Wrestling PWC, so he does work in Japan, so I might pick him up. Veteran Wrestler of the Year goes to Jonah Torian. Female Wrestler of the Year goes to Mama Toyoto, who does not work in the States, but might end up starting working in the States very soon. Most Improved Company of the Year has gone to Full Action Pro Wrestling. So Jim Crockett Jr. and Bill Watts run this, and it's all NWA stuff. So they're the Most Improved Company of the Year. Independent Wrestler of the Year goes to Babyface Manager of the Year goes to Princess Paula. Announcer of the Year goes to Jim Ross, which is our announcer. And Colour Commentary of the Year goes to Jesse Ventura, who does not work for us. He works for WCW. So we're going to be shortlisting Jesse Ventura, because I'd love to get him back. And Ref of the Year goes to Nick Patrick, who also works in WCW, so he's going to be shortlisted. So we're going to have a quick look and see where we were. So World Wrestling Federation got an 85B plus last night. We outdid Starrcade, by the looks of it. Let's have a look and see what happened at Starrcade. Fourth night goes to Ric Flair. So Steve Armstrong defeated Al Prof. The Top Dogs defeated Unholy by DQs. Candy Diver defeated Susan Green. Ice Kingman Parsons defeated Fury. Rip Rogers defeated Ken Cole. Carmella defeated Z-Man. Bobby Ian defeated Haku. Don Marie defeated Chipita Sher to retain the women's title. Tanonka defeated the Barbarian to retain the television title. Dusty Rhodes went to a time limit draw with the Dynamite Kid. Ric Flair defeated Bob Backlund. And Michael Haynes went to a no contest with Ricky Steamboat. I would have been pissed off with that show, to be honest. Ricky Knight Founds. And ladies and gentlemen, it has now been confirmed WAW opens its doors. Which is very true, actually. That is founded by Ricky Knight, of course, himself in Norwich. Norfolk, still going today. Still going strong. Home to a lot of people. So we've got a few contracts finishing. So I'm going to go and have a look at them and then edit all this together. And then, before we do that, actually, I know this is going to be a bit of a longer episode, but it's the end of the month. How long have we been recording? 16 minutes. Jeez. So we've got Bam and Bigelow still got 4 to 4 months to come back. Big Boss Man's got 2 months. Brian Lawler's got 55 days. Benoit's got 3 months. Dalton the Clown got 55 days. Eddie Guerrero 4 months. Conan 4 months. Mr. Pervert 3 months. Raven, we've still got him out for another 5 months. Razor Ramon's got 3 months. Rick Rude 4 months. Road Warrior Hawk's got another 3 months. Michael's got 4 months. Sid Vicious 55 days. Stephen Regal 55. And Teddy DiBiase 2 months and 3 weeks. And when they come back, they will be checked. As soon as they come back from rehab, I will be checking them again to make sure they're out. There's nothing in their system, and if they have started taking again, they get straight sent back to the basically they get sent straight back to rehab. I did this with I've learnt this lesson from Road Warrior Hawk, so I will be doing it. Even if they're in rehab, I don't mind, hiring them on a new contract. We made 514-865 profit last month. And ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you in the next episode, which we're going out tomorrow, as we start continue our journey towards he's going on tour with WWF. That's fine. So yeah, we'll hear from everybody. We'll get everything sorted. We'll have everything in position, ready for our road to Bound for Glory. Royal Rumble, as you know, everything's been moved around. Royal Rumble's now in February. Then WrestleMania's in May. And then you got SummerSlam in August and November. So you've got those 2 minutes gaps. So once you start bringing in your house and stuff, we can start looking into stuff. But yeah, I'm really happy with how the series is going, to be honest. There you go. So obviously they're not going to go on touring with them. Michael Haynes' contract with WCW is coming up. Now, I want you all to see this. He's the current World Tag Team Champion and he's also the World Heavyweight Champion. He's 34 years old. I think we're nicking him. Are they offering him a written deal? Yes, they are. They're actually offering a written deal for this guy now. So I'm offering him a 5-year contract for 20 with all the money I can muster up. There you are. We're going to go into a bidding war for him because I think that's the only thing we can do for him. We need to really go after Michael Haynes and see if we can snatch him from the WCW. Very similar to what I did with Vader when I realised I was on the pay-per-view contract and was their world champion. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you guys again tomorrow for another edition, episode number 12, and we'll be heading closer to the Royal Rumble. Thank you for watching, guys. We'll see you again real soon.